Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jim Dre Westbrook, Worth the Wait Guy here, and you're now watching episode 15 of Worth the Wait Guy Chronicles. On today, we're going to talk about fighting temptation. Now, this is something that I generally talk about all the time because with me being Worth the Wait Guy, with me being a 34-year-old virgin, this is something that I do every single day. Now, it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, I am a man. I love women, and I'm a sinner just like all y'all. So I've sinned. I've sinned multiple times. I sin every single day. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to be the best person that I need to be. But fighting temptation is a beast, y'all. I mean, especially sexual temptation. Now, there's temptations to do all types of stuff out there. I mean, to do people wrong, to say bad things, to potentially steal. I mean, you have people that have killed out there. Like, temptation is real. You know, to do evil is something that I feel, especially with us as humans and definitely Americans, we've done some ill stuff toward each other. We've done some ill stuff, to fight for our country or to defend someone's honor. So the temptation is real. But the temptation that I'm talking about is actually sexual temptation. And I know for a lot of people, especially the ones that are waiting, if you're practicing celibacy or you're practicing abstinence, this is an issue. This is an issue, and for the most part, if you're holding on to some type of power within your life, that sexual power that you think that you have, that you haven't been able to give to God yet, this is a fight that you ain't gonna never win. This is a fight that you will continue to fight, and it's just going to get harder and harder and harder. No pun intended, but like straight up, like it's going to be pretty tough. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about was a personal story that I went through, and actually the first time that I went through it. And I think it threw a couple of people for a loop. This is a story that I have already shared on my Worth the Wait Guy Chronicles that you can find on worththewaitguy.com. And this was a story in which I told everybody that even as a virgin, even as someone referred to as Worth the Wait Guy, someone that is a man of God, that I have sexually sinned before. I think that people, when they hear virgin, think that, oh, you haven't done anything. And maybe that's true for most virgins out there. I can't speak for most virgins. So I know with me being Worth the Wait Guy, I'm technically still a virgin. And I throw that word out technically because I have had oral sex. Yes. So that is newsflash to all y'all. Maybe you think I had some edibles before I, started this video. Maybe, you thought I, was smoking, drinking, I don't know, or even lying this whole time. I ain't been doing none of that. You know what I mean? It's more so is that I'm not perfect. I am a sinner, and I have missed the mark. And I definitely wanted to let everybody know. I know y'all heard from my blog, but you were hearing it, the words coming out of my mouth. I've had oral sex before. I've given oral sex. I've received oral sex. Now, I know most people in my position don't say things like this, or they're not so comfortable being upfront or being open or honest or transparent. But again, I have surrendered. I have repented. I have confessed. I've apologized for everything that I've done. And one of the things that I have done is oral sex. So you might be like, okay, Drake, that's great. That's cool. That's beautiful. But if you've done that, right? You're not a virgin anymore. Like you've had sex. And if you're that type of person that says sex is sex, and whether you've had oral, whether you had anal, whether you've had actual sexual intercourse, you ain't no virgin, dog. If that's the way that you see it, so be it. I'm not that type of virgin. If you want to call me a born-again virgin just because I've had oral sex and that is the only sex that I have had, I want to make that clear. You can have that. I'm perfectly fine with you having that and me living my life as the born-again virgin. Still a virgin. And at the end of the day, I have what God wants me to have. And that's what I hold on to. I don't hold on to the virginity title, as most people probably think I do. That's not what's important. That title, Worth the Wait Guy, I like that because it does talk about who's worth it, Jesus. And it says that I am a God. So it doesn't say I'm a God. It doesn't say I'm Lord. It doesn't even say I'm a king. It says I'm a guy. So right there, that lets you know I trick it off all the time. I mess up all the time. I'm trying to get it right all the time as well. And the only way I could do that is if I give God all of that power I thought I once had and held on to, trying to, well, I could do this, but I can't do that. That used to be me, and maybe that's you right now. I don't want it like that no more. I had it like that for years and years and years. So if that's what you say and you feel that, hey, that's what the book says, forget me, that's what the book says, then that's what it is. I'm perfectly fine with that. But if you say, hey, you a man, and if you ain't went all the way, because I haven't even put the tip in or half, or I ain't none of that. I haven't even played that type of game. So if I haven't done that, then most people probably would say, well, hey, yeah, you ain't perfect, but you haven't done that. So I guess you are a virgin. So that's why I say technically that's what it is. And I get both ways. I get both sides of the equation. But again, I don't focus my relationship with God and even my walk, my purity walk, for a title. Virginity, that's cool. In whatever way you want, whatever category you want to put me in, I'm cool with that. I'm focused on what God wants me to do. I'm focused on that relationship, that bond, that everything, that's what I'm all about. So I wanted to share that with people because just in case you haven't read that, you don't know that. But I wanted to be A1 with you guys. I wanted to be straight up so you can hear that out of my mouth. I have sinned. And I will continue to sin, but not that sin. You get what I'm saying? I'm just not perfect. So as I continue to strive to get better every single day, I had to eliminate that. I had to not be that dude anymore. I had to stop being the everything but. Well, we could do this, but we can't do that. Or, let me see how far I could get. But here's the line. As long as we don't cross that line, we're good. That wasn't fighting temptation. I was allowing temptation. I was telling temptation to come on in, come this way. That's not fighting it. And if that's fighting it, hey, I was getting beat down by temptation every single time because I had it so close to me. I had it right here in my face because I wanted it there. I thought it was cool to be there. I thought I wasn't hurting nobody. So, hey, let me just do that because that's better than anything else that I could be doing. But that ain't right. And that's kind of where I want to go with this takeaway, man. I really want you guys to stay away. That's the takeaway. Stay away from it as best as you can. Now, I'm not telling you to just go to work, go home, lock yourself up, and not be social. I'm talking about the things that you like, the things that, turn you on and get you off. Exactly. I'm talking about all of that. Stay away from that as best you can. Now, maybe sometimes you will fall, and maybe sometimes it'll feel like, you know what, I can't take it. I have to, submit to it, and I did it. If that happens, which it will, because it's happened to me too, you got to go to him. You got to talk to it. You got to pray this thing out. You have to get help. Accountability partners. Block people off social media. Block websites. Do whatever you need to do to make it easier for you to say no. So stay away from it as best you can because it'll get you. It'll eat you. And I ain't even talking about the other eat that we was just talking about. It will eat you alive. And you don't want that, Jack. Trust me. You don't want that life for yourself. You want to become better. You want to get closer to Christ. And you want to make sure that everything you're doing is exactly what he wants you to do. Because at the end of the day, if we were doing what we just wanted to do, there wouldn't be no Worth the Way Guy. It wouldn't be no Worth the Way Guy Chronicles, no Exposed. It wouldn't be, The Wait with Devon and Megan. It wouldn't be none of that. Because we would just be out here wilding. And that's not what he wants. He don't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. He doesn't want that. So let this just be a lesson to you to stay away as best as you can. All right? That's all I got for y'all, man. Until next time, I want y'all to have a blessed day. Peace.